Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday and it is time for weigh-in and meeting topic. So, I've been counting calories. Sorry, it's early and I need my tea. I've been counting calories for the last couple weeks and I have had some amazing losses. So what happened this week on week 3? Did I have an amazing loss? Nope, and I didn't expect to be honest with you. I did have a loss of 0.2, and I'm okay with that. We have had pizza. We have had Mexican. Now, granted, I made very good choices. I had one slice of pizza with a glass of water down at the shore. We had Mexican food. I made a fabulous choice. I had the mahi-mahi tacos, and I did not eat the tortilla. Tortillas, don't get me wrong, I like tortillas. These were on corn tortillas, which are even better than flour, but tortillas just fill me up so much. And on my plate was 2 tacos, and the fish was so delicious, and the salsa on there was so delicious. And I knew that if I ate the tortilla, I wasn't going to eat the rest of it because I would be too full. And I would rather eat the protein and the fresh salsa and stuff instead of a corn tortilla. I can have a corn tortilla anytime. But it was still, eating out and stuff. So I am not upset that I still lost 0.2 with all of that. We've also had a heat wave here. It has been over 100 for the last couple days. And I know I am holding on to fluid because my socks are making marks in my ankles. And I just feel that. So I am absolutely thrilled with a 0.2 loss. Hopefully next week it'll be a little bit more, but we will see. So anyway, that is that. I don't know what Andrew did. I don't know. He weighed yesterday and I don't remember what it was. I want to say he was down like something small, like a 0.2 or a 0.4 after his weekend away. I'm gonna have to ask him, but he's sleeping. So anyway, still going strong, still counting the calories, still counting points, just not worried about the points. There's been a ton of questions and I plan on doing a video over the weekend. I wanted to get it up for Saturday, but I don't think I'm gonna have time on Friday. We have had a crazy week, but I'm hoping to do a full day of eating today. So I'll explain our crazy week during the full day of eating because you're here for my weigh-in and the meeting topic. So let's get started on the meeting topic. How to find even more go-to foods. So they say, picture the foods you're always reaching for. A crisp apple, juicy roast chicken, crunchy popcorn. Is your mouth watering yet? Time to mentally dig in so you can add even more to your dietary toolbox. Try this. They say number 1, brainstorm the what. What foods do you rely on to stay on track? And then they tell you to write them down. New to you foods from the past weeks, months, or years. I'm trying to think if I have any new to me foods. We eat a pretty varied diet, so probably not necessarily new. And especially these last 2 years, we don't really eat prepared foods. Like, I see all these channels that have their, I found this low, their grocery hauls with their low point finds and, new from Walmart or Trader Joe's or whatever. We don't really eat like that, so I never have these fun new food finds because we don't really buy pre-made food. So for me to have I guess a new to me food would be something like a new veggie that we decided we liked or something. So I'm a little boring in that area. I know, but it's me. And then it says foods promoted from minor player to starring role. In the summer, I would say definitely vegetables for me are in the winter, you know, when we don't have as many fresh vegetables and all, we still have vegetables, but we don't just love them. And you kind of forget over the winter until summer comes. Like, I like cucumbers, but I like them so much more when I pick them off the vine from my garden. They are so much crunchier and just, they have such a better flavor than the ones you buy in the store. So now I know what's gonna happen. Once our cucumbers are done, I'm probably not gonna eat cucumbers for a while because I'm not gonna be able to go back to store-bought ones. So definitely for us, veggies are promoted to a starring role. Like, instead of having one vegetable as a side at dinner, sometimes we'll have two, even three. And I'm not talking, you know, making these big elaborate recipes. I'm talking slicing a tomato, slicing a cucumber, steaming some green beans, roasting some eggplant, just whatever is coming out of the garden that particular day. So we have definitely promoted veggies. Another thing they say is old go-tos reimagined with a healthier spin. Now, we try to eat very healthy, but I'm going to tell you, we love our desserts. So I do make desserts just with a healthier spin. I still, you know, if a recipe calls for real butter, I still use it. Am I going to use a cup of it? No, but I'll cut it and I'll use some applesauce in its place, but I will still use real butter. I will use monk fruit in place of sugar, unless it's a ton of it, and then I'll cut it half and half. So I definitely make swaps to make those once in a while dessert treats a little more friendly calorie and point wise. But like I said, once in a while sweet treats. We are not eating them every single day. I guess it was sometime over the weekend, because I did it in my weekend vlog. I guess it was Sunday. Made a peach cobbler. There's still some in there. Yep, because we all had a piece. We were all very satiated, very satisfied. It was absolutely delicious. But there's still a piece in there because I allow myself to have a sweet treat once in a while, not every single day. It's special, and I don't need to keep eating it. And heavy rotation recipes. We've got a couple of those. I mean, you know, we love steak on the grill, so that's usually on the rotation, especially in the summertime. Right now, corn on the cob is on the rotation often because in Jersey, the corn is amazing. There's definitely things that, you know, homemade pizza, definitely on the menu a lot. Just because it's what we like, it's what's easy, and, you know, we live a pretty busy life. So I look for things that I can make from scratch so I control the ingredients, but that are also easy and don't take hours, and stuff that I have on hand. And face it, you can make a pizza out of anything. I always have my sourdough starter, and that's what I use for a crust now. You can throw anything on a pizza. It doesn't have to be red sauce with mozzarella cheese. So then it says getting into the why. Circle your top 3 to 5 foods and ask, why did they make the cut? Did they make the cut because they were delicious? Did they make the cut because they are nutrient dense? Did they make the cut because they taste good? Did they make the cut because they comfort me? Did they make the cut because they are healthy and will fuel and satiate me for a while? Did they make the cut because they have good, clean ingredients? Figure it out. Then ask yourself, how do they make you feel? I know that if I am eating good, clean, healthy foods, they make me feel wonderful. I feel like I'm fueling my body to the best of my ability. I don't feel sluggish. You know, like I said about the peach cobbler, we all had a little piece. It was absolutely delicious, and we moved on. If I were to go back and have more, or if I were to have it the next day and the next day, then I'm gonna start to almost get addicted to that sugar rush again, and I'm gonna start feeling sluggish, and I'm just not gonna start feeling good, because while it's delicious to eat once, if I put that in my body every single day, then it's not gonna be good for my body. And I know this, and guess what? It took me a long time to figure that out. Yup, it did. It took me a long time to figure that out. Treats once in a while are great, but not every day. Let me tell you, in the old days, old Joni, I would have ate that bad boy for breakfast. Yes, I would have eaten a piece of peach cobbler for breakfast. Is that a way to start your day? No, we do not start our days with, muffins and cakes and things like that. We do not start our day like that because it's not nutrient dense food. It is not going to give us that push we need. It's not going to give our metabolism that push we need. It's not going to give our energy that push we need. That's treats. Maybe midday for tea time or something, you have that. But in the morning, you want to fuel yourself with protein and other good foods. Eggs and meat is pretty much my go-to. We do have oatmeal, but if I have oatmeal, I'm putting peanut butter in it. And now that I'm counting calories, I'm putting more peanut butter in it instead of just a teaspoon because I'm not afraid of that. But anyway, that's just a whole nother rant. And then, what do you love about them? What do you love about the foods that made your final cut? Do they taste delicious? Are they crunchy when you need the crunch? Are they soft when you need the comfort? Do they taste good? Face it, we can eat all the healthy foods and all the delicious foods we want. If they don't taste good, you're not going to stick with it. You're not. So make them taste good. If you like tomatoes but don't love them but want to eat more of them, maybe put a little drizzle of balsamic vinegar on them. Maybe, chop up some fresh herbs and put it on them. Elevate those flavors. Make them taste better without adding, junk to it. It's definitely easy to do. But figure out what you love about them. Figure out why they made the cut and then lean on those foods. Lean on those. Just make sure they're healthy and they're nutrient dense. I don't want to see you leaning on pretzels or crackers or, something like that. They're okay once in a while, but they're not foods to lean on in a health journey. So then it says, go beyond taste. Consider convenience, personal points value, nutrition, anything. I think nutrition should be the first in that list and not convenience, because I'm going to tell you, most foods, except your fresh fruits and veggies, that are convenient are not good for you. Look at the ingredients on these convenient foods. Guarantee you can't really pronounce half of them. And if you look them up, you're going to find that they are not great for us. I mean, face it, most of these convenience foods contain seed oils. They're inflammatory. They are not good for you. Most of these convenience foods contain glycophates, which are hormone disruptors. And especially if you're a woman, you don't need a hormone disruptor because that's just going to send your body into a tailspin. So really, really look at the food you're eating. And just because it says organic does not mean it's a healthy food. Just because you got it from Trader Joe's does not mean it's a healthy food. Just because you got it out of the natural food section or you got it from Sprouts or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a healthy food. You have to check those ingredients. That is what it comes down to. You have to check the ingredients. And let me tell you, I was never an ingredient checker up until, the last couple years. And it's amazing the healthy swaps we can make. It is amazing. My kids were big fans of Chick-fil-A sauce. Who's not? It's delicious. I used to buy bottles of Chick-fil-A sauce. Then I looked at the label. Seed oils, corn syrup, two things that are big no-nos for me. Now, if we go to Chick-fil-A on that rare occasion, yeah, I'll have a little Chick-fil-A sauce, but I'm not going to bring it into my house. You find a swap. Trader Joe's has a sauce called Increda sauce, great clean ingredients, and tastes just like Chick-fil-A sauce. Yep. So always look for a better option. If there is something you love, look for a better option, because guarantee there's going to be one. You just have to look a little bit and you have to do a little bit of research. There's an account I follow on Instagram. It's just period ingredients. And a lot of times she'll post healthy swaps, and it's very eye-opening. So that's my favorite post that she makes, are the healthy swaps posts. And she does it for more than food. She also does it for, body care, skin care, toiletries, stuff like that. So it's really good. But off on a tangent as always, because it's what I do. So, and you can probably tell I just had a visit with the nutritionist, because I get all worked up right after I see her. But anyway, number 3, think about the how. How will you work these foods into your routine? Are you intentional about it, or do you do it on autopilot? Go deeper into how that happened. I think for me, it's a little bit of both. It's autopilot. If I'm hungry, I try to reach for the fruits or the veggies first. Not the pretzel jar, not the cracker box, not the cookies, not, something snacky. I try to reach for, because if you're truly hungry, you'll eat anything that's going to satisfy that hunger. If you are hungry, you will eat broccoli to satisfy that hunger. If you just want to munch, broccoli's probably not going to do it for you. So make sure you are truly hungry when you reach for those foods. You're not just eating out of mindlessness. You're not just eating like fog eating. Make sure you're truly hungry. And be intentional about it. Reach for the fruit. Reach for the veggies. Have them ready to go. Have them in front of your face. Don't hide them away in a cabinet, or don't hide them away in your refrigerator. Have them in front of your face. And I always have the veggies in front of my face. I make the veggie and fruit tray when we're going to be home, and it sits right there, and it's amazing how quickly it goes. Even with the little babies. They love it. So then it says, plan for when or where. Identify when, where, or how you'll keep leaning on one favorite. And they say maybe it's designating a day, i.e. Turkey Burger Tuesday, or setting out a fruit for a see it, eat it approach. Okay, so I was one step ahead. I know Kim over to Girl on Her Phone, when she plans her menu, she does Meatless Monday and Turkey Tuesday and Wild Wednesday and stuff like that. And so for her to plan her menu, it's a little bit easier, because she knows on those days, I'm having chicken this day, I'm having pasta this day, I'm having beef this day. It's little things like that that help us to plan and help us to stay on track. For me, I should do that, because sometimes I look and go, oh wow, that week's really beef heavy, or that week's really chicken heavy, or pork heavy, or oh my gosh, we haven't had pork in 3 weeks. So I should probably take that kind of approach, but I'm not quite as disciplined. But keeping the healthy food at the forefront. And like someone once told me, a very wise subscriber said, you only have to say no once if you leave it in the store. We go to the store, especially Costco for me. Oh my gosh, all those delicious looking snacks in these big boxes. And some of them are very healthy. But do we really need a box of 60 of them? No, we really don't. Because what happens? They're here for a long time and they get eaten more because you don't want to waste them. So if I say no while we're in the store, I only have to say no to it one time. If I bring that snack home with me, every time I open the pantry, every time I open the refrigerator, or wherever it is it's kept, every time you have to say no. And what's going to happen? We wear down. We do. We wear down, and finally we give in. And, it's fine to give in once in a while, and maybe we'll have that little snack. But then, it's in a little single serve, and maybe it just wasn't enough, and maybe I want more because it tasted so good. So I'm going to go grab another one. It's okay. Then the next day, oh man, that tasted really good. I'm going to grab one. And then later on, I'm going to have another one. Then I'm going to have another one. And that's what happens to me with nuts and trail mix. And that's why it does not come into this house. The only nuts I will do nuts in a single serve bag, because I can say no after one. But as far as the other stuff, no. I leave it in the store because I don't have the willpower sometimes. So leave it in the store. Say no to it once. Don't test yourself. So then it says, honor the who, that's you. Give yourself props for working these healthier items into your diet. Put those insights into action. Consider other foods with similar qualities to bulk up your list. Celebrate with a special meal or snack featuring a current go-to and a potential new one. So work them in, people, work them in. Let's dive a little deeper. Sorry this is getting so long. I know I went way off track and I still have a whole nother point to make. No matter where you are or what you're working towards, we all have to think about food. You may even run through the usual questions already today. What am I making for dinner? What do I need to get from the store? And how is that going to fit into my budget? But taking time to think beyond the logistics can make this journey more successful, more sustainable, and livable long term. How do you do that? By doing a sweep of your current go-tos. That can uncover very useful insights, and not only for grocery shopping purposes, but also for moments when things get a little dicey. Let's explain. Maybe apples are one of your current favorites. Recognizing that you eat them because they're sweet, crunchy, portable, easy, full of fiber, and maybe even on your 0 points foods list. This may do two things. When hunger hits, you make a beeline to the Granny Smith or Gala apple because you understand why and how that type of snack works for you. Or it gives you a roadmap for finding a new go-to. Start with apples. What else is crunchy and scoops dip like a champ? Celery. Or a banana isn't crunchy, but it pairs great with peanut butter. So use what you like to find new things that you like. You may be opening up a whole new world. You never know. And just because you think you don't like something, our taste buds change. Try it again. And don't forget to pause and celebrate your healthy choices. This boosts your confidence in maintaining them and continuing to make new ones. Remember, building new habits takes effort and doesn't happen overnight. You've worked hard to get where you are today. So just think about the foods you're eating and why you're eating them, and just try to make some healthier swaps. Just because it's low point, just because it's organic, just because it's natural, does not mean that it's good for you. They can slap organic, they can't slap on everything, especially if it's USDA certified organic. But they can pretty much slap natural on anything, and it might not be. I've seen some peanut butter marked natural peanut butter that has sugar and corn syrup in it. You want to look for your peanut butters that are just peanuts and salt. Some of the natural ones have added stuff to it. You don't need that. You just need peanuts, and you don't even need salt. I do. I have to have salt in my peanut butter. So really take the time and look at those labels. Make some good choices. Make some good food swaps. I should probably do a video on food swaps. I'm gonna write that down. Anyway, my friends, that is it. I am so sorry this was so long, but you know that healthy eating and whole food eating has been a passion of mine for a while now. And like I said, especially after I see the nutritionist, it kind of ramps it up a little bit. So that was my loss, point 2. It's okay. It's a loss. Going in the right direction. Hopefully, it'll continue next week. I am still continuing to count calories and points, and I will have that video done soon. Like I said, it's been a crazy week, but I'll talk more about that in my blog because this is already way too long. So thank you. Thank you if you've made it to the end, and I'm sorry that I rambled. I'm sorry that, I just have so much to say, and I haven't vlogged in a few days. So I really wanted to vlog yesterday from Andrew's classroom, but it didn't happen. So I'll talk more about that anyway later in the other vlog. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay on plan as best you can. We all stumble, we all make mistakes, but make good choices, make healthy choices, make good swaps. And that is it. I will be back with a full day of eating, hopefully later tonight, and probably nothing tomorrow because I have a lot of kids, and next week's going to be crazy. Next week is going to be crazy because I'm working a lot, doing a favor for someone. So anyway, we'll talk about that later. Thank you, my friends, for always being there for me. Thank you for your support. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love you if you would hit that subscribe button. It's free. I will talk to you all in my next video.